El que quiere perder su tiempo, entra a mi perfil. Hey guys, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite movies, and today I'm going to be doing a very quick review on the new Maestro, which is a new film written and directed by Bradley Cooper. So, yeah, the Oscar seasons are going on right now. About a month later, the Oscar ceremony will happen. And one thing that has entered the race and has generated a lot of buzz is the film Maestro. Also, I'm not reading off of a bullet point script or anything. I'm improvising 100% right now. And this film came out of nowhere, and it is generating a lot of noise and not necessarily in a positive way. In fact, Bradley Cooper has become a bit of a villain for the Oscars race discourse lately because he's trying really, really hard. He's trying his very, very best to win an Oscar. And you know what? I think that's okay. If I was him, I would want an Oscar. I mean, come on, Oscars are cool, right? But really, this is the second time Bradley Cooper has directed. The first time he directed was the film A Star Is Born from 2018. And first of all, that movie is literally like the fourth or fifth time the same story is remade. This is literally the fourth or fifth A Star Is Born. So right off the bat, it's not like it's some interesting, creative, original story or anything. But on top of that, A Star Is Born might as well be one of the most uninspired and bland films I've seen that year, despite its very cinematic vibes and the very Oscar Beatty performances. I just don't think the movie is that good or anything. If I can recall correctly, back in 2018 when I watched A Star is Born, I found myself kind of bored by it, unfortunately. However, with Maestro, we have a biopic, and it is a biopic on the composer Leonard Bernstein, one of the greatest American composers ever. And yeah, I didn't really enjoy this one all that much either. First off, I have to say the cinematography is amazing. Matthew Libatique, who is a longtime Darren Aronofsky collaborator, also worked on A Star is Born, also worked on Iron Man 1 and 2, also worked on Venom for some reason, now works on this film, or has worked on this film, Maestro. And the cinematography is really good. The black and white cinematography is beautiful. I love the use of lighting here. The transition to color is also gorgeous, and it's very well shot and well edited overall. But still, I think the content of the film, the script behind the film, is just not it. And I can't quite put my finger on why this movie didn't really do it for me. I think primarily it's that this movie feels like Oscar bait. And I kind of dislike using this word because there are probably a lot of genuine care and effort put into this film. It's not like everyone made this film just because they want to win something. I mean, again, the cinematography, the editing, a lot of things in this movie come from genuine places where they genuinely want to make a piece of art. However, just a very dramatic cinematic biopic with changing aspect ratios, with prosthetic makeups, it and released right on time to the Oscars race. You just can't help but think the entire point of this movie is for the Oscars. But to move past that, I think what's the issue with the script of this movie is that it is nondescript. It's vague. I don't know what this movie is trying to say at the end of the day. Is it about Leonard Bernstein's creative struggles and the creative process of making music, his passion? No, because there are barely any scenes in this movie that shows him creating music and composing. There are scenes where he conducts, but those scenes are just emotional outbursts, essentially. Is this movie about Leonard Bernstein's complicated love hate relationship with his wife and the turbulent relationship with his family? Sorta, but also no. Because every time his character and his wife argues, it's always very distant. And every time there's an issue in their relationship, we barely know anything about it. So the whole relationship thing just feels kind of distant. It's like we don't even know that much. And again, in the third act of the film, suddenly they're okay with each other. Suddenly they're not fighting again. So what happened in between? I feel like I'm missing something and I don't know what it is. Well, is this movie about maybe the beauty of music itself? Maybe it's about the industry of composing, like the no, it's not. It's very much not about that. What else could it be about? Is it about the changing of times and the changing of cultures? Is it about society's acceptance of homosexuality and bisexuality? Not really. That thing is just like a side feature of Leonard Bernstein and wasn't explored well enough in the movie at all. Despite the fact that the movie is 2 hours and 11 minutes long, I still feel like I didn't learn much about Leonard Bernstein after the movie, other than he's a great composer. And yeah, I mean, the performances are fine. Bradley Cooper's performance as Leonard Bernstein didn't really sell it for me. Like every single scene he's in, he just seems like Bradley Cooper for me, unfortunately. I think Carey Mulligan killed it. She's a really great actress. But again, I think she almost knows that Bradley Cooper really wants the Oscar, so she doesn't overdo her performance. And everyone else is just fine. There's nothing all that special or interesting about it. So overall, the movie just sort of flew by, and there's really not much to say about this movie, unfortunately. And I find it really funny because everyone's comparing it to Lydia Tarr. Everyone's comparing it to Tar, and Tar is obviously the better, more interesting, more insightful movie with more to say about the industry, about Lydia Tarr herself. Um, and she's not even a real person. So, yeah, I am giving Maestro like a decent 6 out of 10. So, have you watched Maestro? Comments below, let me know. Subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.